Hello and welcome to this video tutorial on Bluetooth. So in this video lecture we are about to study who is Bluetooth, what is a Bluetooth technology, then the architecture of Bluetooth as well as the protocol stack used inside the Bluetooth. So starting with why the name to this technology is given as Bluetooth. So who exactly is a Bluetooth? So this Bluetooth name is come from one of the king. The name of that king is a Harald, and he was the king in 958, and he united the Denmark and Norway. So when he died, at that time his one of the tooth was of blue or grey color. That's why he earned the name as a Bluetooth, and the name of this technology is with this king's name. So the technology is named as a Bluetooth. So what does Bluetooth do for you? So nowadays we are using Bluetooth technology in wide extent. So Bluetooth technology replaces the cable. So for connectivity, you are not required to connect the devices with the cable. You can use a Bluetooth in the devices that you want to connect, and the devices can be connected without a wired medium. Then with a Bluetooth you can transfer a data, you can transfer images, files, text files, as well as you can transfer a voice, as well as the different applications like music application, keyboard, mouse. These applications or these devices runs with a Bluetooth. Then the Bluetooth can be used for building up the personal ad hoc network. So for communication, the Bluetooth technology can be used in different devices to create a ad hoc wireless network. Little history of the Bluetooth. So when Bluetooth started, so one special interest group stands for SIG was formed in February 1998. The companies which were part of this group was Ericsson, IBM, Intel, Nokia and Toshiba. There are over 1036 adapter companies later of this SIG group. Then the Bluetooth SIG went public in May 1998, and the official document of Bluetooth was released on July 26, 1999. That document was more than 1500 pages. So Bluetooth architecture. So we will understand the Bluetooth architecture with the terms as Piconet and the Scatternet. So this Piconet and Scatternet creates an architecture of Bluetooth. So what is Piconet? So this particular diagram shows gives you the information about the Bluetooth. So in a Piconet there is one master. So this central device is called as the master, and there can be 1 to 7. There can be 1 to 7 number of slaves. So these are here in this diagram, 7 slaves are shown. So maximum 8 devices are in the Piconet. One of them is master and remaining are the slaves. So master determines the channel and the phases for communication with other Piconet. So next is Scatternet. So collection of different Piconets is called as the Scatternet, and inside a Scatternet devices in one Piconet may exist as master or slave in another Piconet. For example, say this node. So this node is master in this Piconet, but it is slave inside this Piconet. So this kind of things can happen in this Scatternet. So this is a collection of 1, 2 and 3 Piconets. Here the master of this Piconet is this node, master of Piconet this Piconet is this node, and master of this Piconet is this node. And there are 3 slaves in this Piconet, 3 slaves in this Piconet, and 4 slaves in this Piconet. So a device can be a part of more than one Piconet also. Allows many devices to share same area, makes efficient use of the bandwidth for data transfer. Next is Bluetooth protocol architecture. So we'll understand a Bluetooth protocol architecture with different protocols that are used inside a Bluetooth. So first basic layer of the Bluetooth is a radio frequency layer, like a physical layer in OSI model or the TCP/IP model. The radio frequency layer is a physical layer of this Bluetooth architecture. Then next is the baseband layer. Then next link manager. Then L2 cap layer. Then the data is transmitted with the help of different protocols like TCP/IP, human interface design, and radio frequency communication. These are the three protocols that are required to communicate between the applications and the lower layers of the Bluetooth. And the control task is done by the link manager, baseband, and the RF protocol. So we'll understand this protocol architecture in detail. So first is the radio frequency layer. So radio frequency layer performs a modulation and demodulation of the data into RF signals. So as Bluetooth uses the wireless medium, so wireless medium, whatever the data is to be transmitted, that is modulated into RF signals at the sender side, and at the receiver side this RF signal is modulated into a digital signal. So analog to digital, that task is done inside the wire network. Same task, that is modulating a signal from digital signal to radio frequency and from radio frequency to digital, is done by this radio frequency layer. So it defines the physical characteristics of the Bluetooth transceiver. Then it defines two types of physical link, connectionless and the connection oriented, like TCP protocol and the UDP protocol in a wired architecture. Next is the baseband layer. So baseband layer task is to perform the connection establishment within a piconet. So inside a piconet, connection establishment is done by using the baseband link layer. Then next above layers are link manager protocol. The link manager protocol performs the management of the already established links. So whatever the links that are established by the baseband link layer, so the management of this baseband link layer links is done by the link manager protocol. It also includes the authentication and encryption process for maintaining the security inside the Bluetooth. Then next is L2 cap layer. So L2 cap stands for the logic, link control and adaptation protocol layer. So it is known as the heart of the Bluetooth protocol stack. So it is most important protocol used inside the Bluetooth. This allows the communication between upper and lower layers of the Bluetooth protocol stack. So upper layers protocol like TCP/IP, HID, RF communication, and lower layer protocols like link manager protocol, baseband protocol, and radio frequency protocol. It makes the communication between these lower and upper layer protocols. Then it packages the data packets received from upper layers into the form expected by the lower layers. So encapsulation task is done by this logic link control protocol, and it also performs the segmentation and the multiplexing of the data. Next layer protocol used inside the Bluetooth is WAP. So inside a mobile like a WWW used for internet communication in desktops. The similar kind of the protocol, that is WAP, wireless access protocol, used for the internet access. Then TCS is short form of telephony control protocol, and it provides the telephony services inside the Bluetooth. And finally, an application layer. So application layer enables the user to interact with the different applications. So whatever the application that runs or that uses the Bluetooth technology, so this application layer enables the Bluetooth to interact with these applications. Finally, the advantages of the Bluetooth. So there are different advantages of the Bluetooth. It creates ad hoc connection immediately without any wires. So no wires are required for a connection. Only a Bluetooth enabled devices. Bluetooth is enabled and the connection is done automatically and very quickly. Then the Bluetooth signals can pass through the walls, and it has a better range than infrared communication. So range or the distance that Bluetooth covers is more as compared to infrared communication, but it is lesser than the Wi-Fi range. There is no issue of interoperability, as special interest group has taken care of interoperability, because many companies are adopting the Bluetooth, so there is no issue of interoperability. The Bluetooth device of any company can interact with a Bluetooth device of any other company. The technology is adopted in many products such as headset, in-car system, printer, webcam, GPS system, keyboard, mouse. Like this, different hardwares nowadays uses the Bluetooth technology for the connections. Bluetooth devices are available at very cheap cost. The cost of the Bluetooth is very cheap nowadays. Now the disadvantages of the Bluetooth. The major disadvantage of the Bluetooth is its security. So there is minimum security implemented. Only the authentication in done in the Bluetooth. So that's why, and it uses the radio frequency waves. That's why it is less secure. As radio frequency technology operates on the same frequency band, so there is a interference or the noise that can occur in the Bluetooth. The bandwidth is lower as compared to a Wi-Fi. So data rate of the Bluetooth is less as compared to Wi-Fi, as well as the range of connectivity is also lesser. Battery usage is more compared to condition when Bluetooth is powered. So for data transfer, transmission and receiving of the data using a Bluetooth requires more battery power. And to remove this disadvantage, Bluetooth is evolved to new technology known as Bluetooth Low Energy or Bluetooth Smart is developed nowadays, and it enhances the battery life further. So this is all about the Bluetooth technology. So if you have any doubts, you can write your doubts in the comment section. Thank you.